and how to get brokers to work with you. So this is my second company, and I learned a lot with the first company, and in about 7 or 6 years that I had been in that company, I learned a lot of tricks and different ways how to talk to customers, how to talk to brokers, and how to convince them to give you a load, because they could sense honesty, and I would just tell them the way it is, and if they don't want to work with me, that's fine. But usually if they have some kind of authority, or if it's a small brokerage company, they would usually work with me. This is different if you're talking about a big company that has a lot of offices, and their corporate and their safety is someplace else, or if they have strict rules and they have policy where they will not work with new authorities for a certain number of months or even years. That's different. Usually you can't convince them unless they really need a load covered bad, and then watch it how they suddenly want to work with you. But that happens rarely, but it does happen. Now to the topic. So how do you get brokers to work with you? You're a new company. You just started. You may have some experience in driving or in dispatching, and if you do, and most likely you do, but if you don't, I'll have an option for that too. But if you do have some kind of experience, whether you had been driving a truck, or you were a dispatcher, or you had to do anything with a trucking company, your father was a driver, it doesn't matter. Make sure you put all that in writing. So when you do your packet, your new company, you are doing a packet, preparing everything. You have your authority, your insurance, your references. That's a big one. Your W9, if you have a SCAC code, and that should be it for your packet. But references are big. We'll talk about that too. But include a letter, like a cover letter from you as a president or a owner of that company. Include a cover letter, and then tell them about yourself. How many years of experience you had, where had you been working, but put it in short, like several sentences, like that go straight to the point. My name is such and such, and I have this much experience. I've been working for those companies. I was a driver, dispatcher, whatever you were. Make them feel comfortable working with you, because when they see that you had some experience, that you know what you're talking about, and then at one point of their life they had been a newbie as well, so they will understand you. But if you tell them that you have some kind of experience, that's a plus for you. So include a cover letter that tells about you, or even your accomplishments. Hey, I helped dispatch 500 loads, 100 loads, 20 loads, doesn't matter. I helped safely, like from the point of booking to the point of delivery. I did this many loads, these lanes, this kind of equipment, anything that will help you to get to their senses and tell them that, hey, I am not some guy or a girl from the street that just wanted for some reason be in this kind of business, and I'm gonna take your load, and then my driver is gonna be late, or whatever they think might happen if you're a new company. Now with me, I've had so much experience, and for me it was very stupid that people, even though I had, like this company, I had 4 drivers come over from the company where I worked before. All these drivers had 10, 15, 25 years of experience. I was using the same trucks and I had that much experience. And then I would call unload, and I would give them my new MC number, which is fresh, like a month old, and they would tell me, oh yeah, you have no experience, you don't have any inspections, stuff like that. And how do I prove? I know there are a lot of bad players out there, people with bad reputation, and they want to be as safe as they can, and I understand that. But how do I prove to them that I had so much experience, that I have these experienced drivers? I don't. I can just talk to them and use that cover letter to explain to them my situation and what I can do for them. In that cover letter, you can also tell them, this is what I can do for you. You have my promise, and you do a little signature at the end. I promised you, here's my cell phone number. If there is a problem, call me directly and we'll work this out. I'm in this for long term. I am not screwing around. I want you to like me and to give me more of your business and leave me a good review. So when you're on a DAT board, and usually most companies will use that, what I did when I started with this company, I asked every broker that I work with, and usually they were satisfied with me. There are some people who just don't care, but if it's a smaller brokerage, and if you see that person, liked your service, or they're really outgoing, friendly, ask them upon of the completion of the load, ask them, hey, can you go to the DAT board and leave me a good review? I can tell you within a month I had so many 5-star reviews, and it still stays there. So when the broker wants to check me out, they can go there and I can point them and tell, hey, well, you don't want to give me a load, but look at all these reviews, look at those guys. And then even if you have a website, or when you register your address on Google Business, then ask those people to leave you a good review on Google. On Facebook, if you have a Facebook page, ask them. They will do it. 90% of the people that I asked were very happy to do that. Or if they didn't know how to do it, they would come back to me and say, hey, I'm having a hard time, how do I leave your review? And then I would walk them through that. And then and you can also tell them, hey, well, in return, I'll leave you a good review too, and do it. Even if you don't tell them, just go back and leave them a good review as a courtesy. You should have a page with references. It's a must in your packet, and that should be the first page of your packet, references, and have at least 3, maybe even 4 references from brokers, trucking companies, anything that's related to trucking industry, and have your bank information there too, and your factoring company if you're using one. So all that should be nicely, a nice cover letter with references, like your logo up on top, your address, your phone number, and then your references. If you worked, or if you already worked with with brokers, ask them, can I put you as a reference? Ask for the name and their phone number, their email, and they'll be happy to do that. It's an old school process, but people do it, believe me. When you book a load, they will call those people and ask them about you. And all they have to do is say one nice sentence about you.